here we are at Old Fort Henry. So far it's on a ring, so I'll just continue filming with this camera. Alright, here we are. You may pause if you like.
Hi.
Those are probably my guns.
It could be. They are practicing today for their stuff that they do. They have a bayonet at the end of that, so. What time is it? 9:50. Did you want to do the tour?
It's up to you guys.
Do you guys want to do the tour? Okay.
If it doesn't start down.
Yeah, they just did their bayonet drill.
Don't forget you don't need a phone.
He's very tall.
His isn't.
In an English guided tour of Fort Henry, please gather this way.
Guess what this is for, boys? This is the men's toilet. Much nicer for the ladies. See? Fancy schmancy.
Just a bit. As I mentioned a little bit before, we have moved up in the ranks once again. This is our Commandant's room. Commandant is... We're now in our ante-room. The officers' mess is where the officers are naturally taking their meals. It is still a bit of a strict area. There were a couple different rules they would have to follow. These rules usually vary depending on regiment, but a couple pretty standard rules are that you have the highest ranking officer sitting at the head of the table. Alrighty, so our messman here at Fort Henry would have been a quite well-respected soldier because he was in charge of preparing the food for the officers. He did not cook it, but it was brought. You're welcome to go and check out some of the barrels as well. They do have some interesting names on the tops of them. So this is our wine cellar. This would have been solely alcohol for the officers. The soldiers' alcohol, which was strictly beer, was kept in a canteen outside of the fort. So you would have had some spirits, some port, some wine in here, mostly imported from England. But nonetheless, we have some original barrels in here because of this structure that you see up above you. What we call a casemate structure. It's comprised of 8 layers of brick, followed by a thin layer of gravel. You then have a layer of flagstone in an arched construction, another layer of gravel, asphalt, and then limestone. All of those layers serve to make it form of bomb-proof. It would compact upon impact from a bomb. But all the rooms we just passed through have this same structure above. The difference in here is that this is a double casemate, so all of those layers are doubled a second time on top. This is just mainly because we're at a corner of the fort, so there isn't really anything up above it. There's only one other room that has this construction, and that's the powder magazine that's at the other corner of the fort. That room was very strategic because if you have a bomb hitting the powder magazine, this entire place would have gone up if you didn't have this structure above.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the Garrison's morning inspection. Bonjour, mesdames et messieurs, et bienvenue à l'inspection du matin de la garnison. For each parade or drill period, the soldiers are required to fall in on the parade square. They undergo an inspection by a non-commissioned officer and can use this time to adjust their appearance and turnout before the officer of the day arrives to perform the main inspection. Les soldats doivent se rassembler sur la place d'armes avant chaque parade ou pratique de manœuvre. Ils sont inspectés par un sous-officier qui s'assure qu'ils sont tous en bonne tenue avant que l'officier du jour arrive pour l'inspection principale. The officer of the day, Lieutenant Irvin, will now inspect the men. The officer of the day is in charge of the operation at Fort Henry from reveille in the morning until lights out in the evening. Part of his job includes inspecting the troops to ensure proper turnout. L'officier du jour, Lieutenant Irvin, fait l'inspection des soldats. L'officier du jour est en charge de l'opération du fort. Une partie de ses tâches comprend l'inspection des troupes. The purpose of this inspection is for the officer of the day to ensure that the soldiers' dress and deportment are above reproach. Soldiers must have shiny buttons and properly polished boots, and their equipment must be in good condition. The soldiers must always be on their best behavior to uphold the honor of the regiment. Any soldier who does not pass the inspection will be punished for the perceived lack of discipline. Punishments include time to garrison cells, floggings, and shot drill. The British Army of 1867 considers discipline within its ranks to be of the utmost value. En exécutant l'inspection, l'officier du jour s'assure que la tenue et l'équipement des soldats sont aux standards du régiment. Les soldats doivent parler à leur bottes et leurs boutons, et leur équipement doit être en bonne condition. Si les soldats ne passent pas l'inspection, ils seront punis pour leur manque de discipline. En 1867, l'armée britannique considérait la discipline d'une très grande importance. Inspection. We invite
Those curved walls. You can see a photo of a canister shot right there. Hopefully it'll make a little bit more sense how that works once we go down there. Just before we go down, I would like to warn you that there are some smaller cramped spaces. Curved walls, if you look out of this hole we have right here. So if you did continue along this path and to your left, you'd end up back in the dry ditch, back at that bridge where we started. You can notice we have a bit of a predicament here with this large hole. We haven't really seen holes in the fort walls larger than a rifle loophole, so naturally enemy fire could get in here. That is why they constructed these trapdoors that you see above all of the holes. The chain on that trapdoor would be hooked up to the back of the cannon, just kind of laced through so that it would stay up. Once this cannon was fired off, it would emit such a force that it would be run back all the way to the back of the room. As that happened, the chain would come uncoiled from the back, causing this door to slam shut automatically. That just gives our soldiers the time to bring this cannon back up into its original position, load it up again, without worrying about being shot by enemy fire. However, if you were a soldier here at Fort Henry, this is really not the place where you want to be working. You can notice how damp and cold it is already, but when you're also working with these big cannons, there's even more problems presented. This cannon, when it's fired, normally is very loud. In a small space, it would reverberate and be even louder, so most of those soldiers did end up going deaf. They're also breathing in a lot of smoke after the fire from the cannon, because it is just getting smoky and it doesn't really have a lot of areas to be ventilated in this room. Finally, it would be very dark down here. Their only source of light would have been candlelight, which also presents a bit of a problem because it is an exposed flame around gunpowder. They weren't able to put glass around those flames because it would have shattered with this sound. So their solution was to build up some small pieces of mica, the very flat rock that can be quite see-through. They would build that up around the flame in order to protect themselves. That's about all we have for the reverse firing chamber, so we're going to head back.
Okay, boys and girls, so they would take this cannon here and they would fill it with a canister with a whole bunch of shot, like golf ball size shot, just all kinds of other metals and stuff. And it would be shot into this, you can't really see it too well from here, I'm gonna try this one. Shot in this little area here, if it'll go through. Let's see if we can do this, no. Nah, it's not getting past there. But it would go through into this fairly cordoned off area here, and it would actually just reverberate and bounce back and forth and just cut everything to shreds. Yay. So it's a fairly good walk to get to that little area we were just in. And we'll continue the walk here. Now, there's a scary picture right there. See? Is that scary or what? Ah! That's terrible! No! He's gonna shoot you later. But that's okay. It's very, very low ceiling. This is like, that's the ceiling, top of the ceiling there. It's 5'5". Apparently they get quite a few people that pop their heads. Not so much going down, but coming up, because people forget to duck on the way up. Which I almost did. That would have been fun. Not. So that's the canister with the stuff in it. Called a reverse fire chamber. Looks really good. Neat.
First passed through our trades room, which is an area for the tradespeople here at the fort, being civilian and military. Civilian would have been someone like the baker, who we'll see now. Military is someone like this is where the soldiers are cooking their rations. The way that rations were cooked depended on who was cooking them. Soldiers were chosen once a week to cook for that week. And they would often combine everyone's rations together, so soldiers received a pound of bread, a pound of potatoes, and a pound of meat, and the one cooking soldier would often combine the meat and potatoes into potentially a soup, potentially a stew. They don't know how to make much else, so that is essentially the only thing that you're eating day in and day out, which is risky as well because depending on who's cooking it, it could end up being overcooked or undercooked. You even risk getting
Do they still have the goat mascot here?
We do still have our goat. He won't be here till July.
Right.
He usually doesn't come till later. But he might also be getting a friend this
Oh, I haven't been here since I was
Knee high to a grasshopper.
Bill. And I
Well, that
always
just-
remember the goats. I think that and the goat never wanted to come out. He was like,
Oh yeah.
I'm not doing this.
Well, it was great last year. We got a new.
Well, maybe see if they have those chocolate cookies left over.
Nice. Very nice. So, one of the punishments here, if you did something inappropriate, was you had to rebuild this from one spot to another. And these things weighed anywhere from 6 to 32 pounds. I'm guessing that's a 32
They
pounder.
look like my muffins.
I bet you they taste the same as your muffins. Sorry, you opened the door on that one. I just had to close it for you. Anyway.
I just swallowed a bug.
You still have the bug? As you can see, there's a lot of flies flying around here. It's very simple to do today. Ellen's gonna go probably hack up a lung. Apparently they're good in protein though. Poor Ellen. Poor girl. But they would make you move this from one spot to another, but you had to keep your legs and your back straight, if I understood this correctly, and that would kill your back. What? Lots of lookouts everywhere. United States is not too far away, which is what they built the fort to as a deterrent for, to deter the Americans from thinking of attacking us. Which, just for the record, the Americans did attack us in 1812 and we won. Sorry, couldn't resist. I know we got lots of American friends now.
My subscribers are.
Bugs out here today are ridiculous. Coast Guard, and then the city of Kingston. A little watchtower down there. Very nice. Oops. She stopped. I was walking behind her and she stopped.
Oh, sorry.
So we're gonna go down the staircase here, very low ceiling, and we're gonna let Ellen lead. That way she can help keep everything lit up with the hair.
Can't bring a pink lid on.
Oh, there's spiders. Oh, don't put
Spider,
anything in my
spider,
hair. Don't
spider,
do that.
spider! There's a spider! It's hanging from the ceiling. Oh, no! There's another spider hanging from the ceiling! Oh, she has such a rotten... Is this where you go for number 2? Is that what that means?
Number 2 passage.
Oh. Garbage can. Imagine spending your whole day doing drills so just people can take pictures of you and videos. Oops, sorry. I'm not watching the camera lens and it's bouncing everywhere like this. Don't you like that, guys? Doesn't that make you feel good? Jeremy's gonna look at this and go, Dad, what are you doing? Oh, sword. My daddy would like that. Okay. Do you got a rock so we can smash the window with it? Oh, you hear that? What did you say to me? Huh? You little chicken. Don't dare to repeat such a thing to your old man, huh? Devin just said to me, use your head. It's hard enough to break the glass.
Of course it is. I'm sorry.
And mother. Bang bangs. And more bang bangs. And bang bang bits and pieces. Imagine getting one of those shot into you. That would hurt. Now the odds of getting into you, pretty slim, because they never did go very far. Well, I shouldn't say there's a whole bunch you lined up. Yeah, you're gonna get shot. But if you're trying to pink somebody off.
Did you make rocks rifles?
There's a funny smell in this room. Oh, that's where the smell is coming from, right there. What a bad father he has. Don't you think, Devin? Bad dad? Oh, that's kind of nice. That is kind of cool. Spring activated bayonet. Never heard of a pistol with a bayonet before.
This one's like this one.
Okay. Now, what was I saying about you Yankees? There we go. Thank you so much. See? Isn't that nice? Nice looking drum. All the battles the U.S. had fought. Nice. Ellen was asking about the goat earlier. This is the goat that she is referring to. And they've had a goat here for many, many years, as you can tell from black and white pictures. They're color pictures. Actually, I have to see the show they put on at nighttime. It would be kind of neat. They're singing. It must be time for lunch or something. That's something that I know someone who would like that. I'd like that. Well, you made things like them. Yeah. These would be all the originals. Worth a bit of money. Scary looking face. Brown bass. Brown bass. Okay, well, feeling a little bit dejected. Came into the room and this is what I saw. She's smooching with another guy. A much older guy by those. Thanks. I'm under strict orders to save the battery for the gun shooting, so this is going to be a quick little tour of the enlisted men's quarters. Well, yeah, I guess enlisted men's quarters. So one of the things that she was saying on the tour is that they, at this time, 1867, they were on the purchase system. So you could buy your rank and sell your rank, as it were. So you could be upgrading and stuff over time, which is kind of weird and neat. The downside is, with the purchase system, is the people that were buying these ranks weren't necessarily all that military in ways of thinking, and it was abolished in a few years later by the Queen because it was not working. So Jeremy says to me, "Here, Dad, take the video camera and videotape something." And then Ellen says to me, "Here, take this. I need you to look after it." And then Jeremy says to me, "Here, take this one." So I'm like starting to feel very, typically Japanese. You know how they have all sort of the Japanese people taking thousands of pictures of everything? I've got 3 different cameras on me at the moment. I feel rather strange. Anyway, as you can see, they have the latest amenities here. Ellen's gonna look at this and she's gonna go, "Mike, what are you doing that for?" Because I like to get in trouble. Oh, now there's a nice looking gun. 1904, 1.25 Maxim, Vickers Maxim machine gun. Water-cooled naval deck mounting. That is really cool. There's a howitzer down there. That's a cool gun too. Here, you walk in front of me, I'm gonna walk in front of you. See if you like it, you little brat. Don't you dare walk in front of me this time, kid. Wasn't even paying attention to that. It's actually a mortar. That is so cool. It's tiny.
Ooh.
You could get the kids to carry that for crying out loud. That's awesome. Okay, there's one of those canisters we were talking about, the real live thing. That'd be kind of cool to find one of those. Okay, boys and girls, let's see if this thing will focus. This is a magazine. Now, this is absolutely freaking huge. I did not think it would be as big as this. This is one of them. I had 3 of them here, I believe. If this thing did get hit and went off, it would go kablooey. This is what?
This is where they produce Canadian Living magazine.
Oh, really? I thought it was Field and Stream magazine myself. See at the foot? Hello. Who's that? You're not coming out.
Oh, yes, I am.
I just wish they had the oh, wait a minute. Oh, there it is.
No!
You got the pen? Awesome. That's better.
Quiet.
It is. Be more quiet now.
On the inside of the barrel, unlike the less accurate smoothbore guns. En 1858, Sir William Armstrong a fait breveter et commencer la construction d'un nouveau type d'artillerie rayée et chargée par la culasse. Les canons d'Armstrong étaient faits de fer forgé, ce qui faisait qu'ils étaient plus efficaces et que les anciens canons faits de fonte. Aussi, puisqu'on les charge par la culasse au lieu de par la bouche, ils étaient beaucoup plus rapides. Finalement, ces canons sont rayés, ce qui améliore la précision de leur coup. Ladies and gentlemen, under the command of Lieutenant Irvin, the 6-pounder Armstrong Field Detachment of the Fort Henry Guard. Armstrong's innovations completely revolutionized Royal Artillery. His new guns can fire farther, more accurately, and at a greater rate of fire than any previous British gun. Les innovations d'Armstrong ont été complètement révolutionnées l'artillerie royale. Les canons Armstrong guns in many sizes, including 6, 9, 12, 20, 40, and 110 pounders. The 6-pounder you see on the parade square works with the larger 9 and 12-pounder Armstrong guns, and became the backbone of the field battery of the Royal Artillery. L'usine royale des canons britanniques fabriquait des canons Armstrong de plusieurs dimensions qui pouvaient tirer des coups de 6, 9, 12, 20, 40 et 110 livres. Celui que vous voyez sur la place d'armes était utilisé avec les autres plus grands canons. Il était le pilier de l'artillerie royale britannique. A small friction tube is inserted in the vent to the rear of the gun. Pulling the lanyard attached to this tube creates a spark which ignites the gunpowder. Une petite amorce à friction est insérée dans la lumière. Lorsque le rameau de l'amorce est tiré par la flèche, une étincelle est produite, la poudre prend feu et le canon est tiré. Lieutenant Irvin, the artillery detachment of the Fort Henry Guard.
Cease firing!
Cease firing!
The maximum range of the 6-pounder is 2,100 yards using a service discharge of 12 ounces of black powder. The caliber of this gun is 2.5 inches and its length is 5 feet, and its barrel weighs 300 pounds. In peacetime, the gun and limber were pulled by 6 horses, but while in active service, 8 horses were used. La portée maximum de ce canon d'Armstrong est de 100 verges en utilisant 12 onces de poudre. Le calibre de ce canon est 2,5 pouces, sa longueur est de 10 pieds et son poids est 300 livres. En temps normal, le canon sera tiré de 6 chevaux, mais en temps de champ de bataille, 8 chevaux seraient utilisés. Performance will now be reviewed by the lieutenant. Areas of excellence and those that require more attention will be discussed. Le lieutenant
Here we go, Stevie. Stevie.
Whoops. Hold on that. Hold on that, tubes. There we go. Okay. Can anyone tell me what this is?
The sluice.
Not you. You cheating.
Sorry.
So remember the priviews we showed you? Well, they had a bunch of cisterns there, and every once in a while they'd let the water out of those cisterns to drain the nasties, all the crap, and it would come down this hill and out into the bay, which is the same place where apparently they also wash their clothes. Yummy. It's a nice city though. It's a nice. There we go. And okay, so I'm supposed to close the video out. Now I don't know what Jeremy does to close the video out. So
say thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe.
okay, so I'm gonna close the video out. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and pass this on to your friends, of course. And where? Oh, right there. Could be. That might be better. Either way, I'm sure it smelled really crappy when they did let it go. Ugh. Or, well, poopy. Anyway, so yeah, like, subscribe, do all that kind of jazz. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed Fort Henry today. And we're going to go and continue driving back to Mummy's, because Mummy's going to make me some nice food and fill my tummy with nice foods.
Nathan?
Oh, it's a car ship. It's a carboat, Nathan.
Whoa, it's right.
I think they might go to Germany.
Why?
And he had, they came into the mint with us. They paid actually. We had to go through security to get
Is he high? No.
Film him.
Hiya.
Ow!
Hiya.
Ow, that
You say hi? Say hi. Okay. Hiya. At least you said hi.